Bruce Willis has retired from acting after it was made public that he has aphasia.
What if I told you that Bruce Willis, the man who redefined action with Die Hard and stunned us in Pulp Fiction, has officially confirmed the rumors? Yes, Hollywood's fearless star is saying goodbye to the big screen. But this isn't just another celebrity farewell. Behind this decision lies a heartfelt reason, one that's left fans around the world stunned. Why did he make this choice now? Stay with us as we unravel the story behind Bruce Willis's final bow, early beginnings and rise to fame. Bruce Willis's narrative began not in Hollywood gloss or red carpet fantasies. Bruce, who was born in a small hamlet in West Germany in 1995, lived as a military child, traveling with his family until they finally made New Jersey their home. Like many other children from modest origins, his life was more about the daily grind of family, education, and problem-solving than it was about glitz. Bruce was unique, though, in something else. He naturally drew people in and loved making others laugh even as a small child. Eventually, this magnetic appeal would bring him notoriety, but back then Bruce was just Bruce. Still, his years in school were not always simple. Bruce was bashful and reluctant to talk in front of people since he clearly stammered. Imagine the difficulty, wanting to interact, to make others laugh or connect, yet being limited by words that would not flow. But this very challenge pushed him toward action. Oddly, his stammer vanished when he entered the stage for high school productions. The encounter was transforming. It felt like discovering a piece of himself he had never even known was absent. From that point on, acting evolved from a hobby into a means of finding his voice in all respects. Willis studied drama at Montclair State University and started performing actively after high school. To help himself, he took odd jobs. He bartended and bounced about the New York theater scene, casting calls wherever he could. He developed a strong skin during this time that would help him later in the competitive world of show business. Bruce was the kind of person who would be motivated to succeed by each no, not the kind of guy demoralized by rejection. His major break arrived without warning. Willis tried out for the oddball romantic comedy Moonlighting in 1985 with a detective slant. Playing David Addison, a wisecracing private detective who finds himself reluctantly teamed with a former fashion model, Sybil Shepherd, he was up against 3,000 other performers. Bruce and Sybil had an explosive relationship, and their on-screen banter developed as a trademark of the program. Thanks mostly to Bruce's charm and incisive wit, what was meant to be another TV series turned into a tremendous hit. Audiences loved him. They had not seen a leading man quite like him before, equal parts hilarious and vulnerable, with just the correct edge of cool. Bruce Willis became well known from Moonlighting, but he was ready to do something rather different. The big screen was beckoning late in the 1980s, and he was prepared to respond. Bruce was particularly interested in action films, a genre dominated at the time by muscular superstars like Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Bruce, meanwhile, was not the usual action star. He was relatable, not like he lived in the gym, and he lacked that relentless power. And this everyman character was exactly what made Die Hard ideal for him. Die Hard arrived on the scene and completely changed the action genre when it opened theaters in 1988, not just created waves. Bruce portrayed John McClane, a New York police officer caught in a terrorist takeover visiting his estranged wife in a Los Angeles building. McClane was unique among the other action heroes of the day in that he was, quite simply, human. Audiences liked him for his hurt, errors, jokes he cracked to keep himself going. Bruce brought a figure people could picture themselves in some wild circumstance to life in an almost natural, authentic, and very compelling manner. Die Hard was a huge smash, but its popularity transcended mere box office count. Bruce Willis became the global sensation, and the movie Hollywood insiders credit with redefining the contemporary action hero. Bruce was a guy in the wrong place at the wrong moment, simply trying to survive. He was not a superhero, and that made him relevant and real, someone viewers could identify with. Barefoot and bleeding, moviegoers could feel every step as Willis scaled the edge of Nakatomi Plaza. He was an action star, not only an actor. Bruce became among the most sought-after performers in Hollywood overnight, and offers started flooding in. He still chose roles that tested him, though, displaying his adaptability in movies including Pulp Fiction, The Sixth Sense, and Unbreakable, even as his reputation developed. Every part seemed to expose a fresh layer of Bruce's ability, therefore demonstrating his more than just action star quality. He was a real actor able to inhabit many worlds and give each one believability. Bruce's appeal transcended his roles, though. It also derived from his grounded demeanor. He was a regular man who happened to be a star. He never gave himself too much thought. Fans appreciated this about him, and it kept him grounded as his popularity shot skyward. Iconic roles and career highlights. Bruce Willis's collection of movies many actors only dream of is evidence of his depth. He has tackled everything from heart-stopping action to supernatural thrillers, with some unforgettable humor thrown in between. Of course, we have to begin our discussion of his legendary roles with Die Hard. Die Hard, which was out in 1988, turned TV sensation Willis into an international hit. He portrayed the rugged, wise-cracing New York officer John McClane, who discovered he was battling terrorists in an LA building. It was an explosive thrill trip that changed the definition of the action hero image, rather than merely creating waves. Unlike the relentless heroes of the day, Willis's McClane was human. He suffered, he battled, and he depended as much on humor as on physical might. The part Willis performed made him a household name, and McClane became into a character fans rooted in every Die Hard successor. Willis, though, did not stop at action movies. Under Quentin Tarantino's direction, he veered hard into the realm of dark comedy and drama in 1994. Here he portrayed Butch Coolidge, a washed-up boxer facing a difficult decision. Willis's performance anchored the gritty, erratic, and utterly unforgettable Pulp Fiction cast group. It proved he could manage multifaceted parts that transcended explosives and bullets. Bruce was showing us his edge, his ability to give ethically gray characters detail, and his part in Pulp Fiction became a benchmark in his career and for 90s filmmaking overall. Then arrived The Sixth Sense in 1999, a psychological thriller enthralled viewers all over. Willis played child psychologist Dr. Malcolm Crowe, seeking to assist a lad who sees dead people. Thanks in part to its startling twist ending, the movie was a cultural phenomenon, in addition to a box office smash. Willis displayed here a more subdued, reflective side, delivering a very moving performance displaying his adaptability and eagerness to explore new genres. Dr. Crowe. One of his most unforgettable performances was that of Crowe, which combined sympathy with gloom. This movie helped establish Willis's reputation as an actor with actual emotional depth rather than only action prowess. Unbreakable in 2000, his first work with filmmaker M. Night Shyamalan following The Sixth Sense, marked still another turning point. Willis portrayed David Dunn, a security guard who survives a catastrophic train catastrophe unharmed in Unbreakable, which causes him to doubt his life and direction. Under a more somber perspective than usual superhero films, the movie examined ideas of fate, resiliency, and heroism. As Dunn, Willis's performance was subtle and sophisticated, displaying his ability to capture a character gradually realizing his own potential. Larger-than-life superheroes abound, but Willis's Dunn was remarkably vulnerable and human, which only made viewers love him more. Willis has been a constant presence in Hollywood because of these parts in action, thriller, drama, even dark comedy. He has demonstrated to his admirers that he can be a sympathetic, reflective therapist as well as a tough, no-nonsense police officer. Whether they are solving riddles or killing terrorists, his characters appeal since they feel real. Bruce Willis's body of work has permanently changed popular culture, and his image as a Hollywood icon is based on the kind of adaptability that keeps viewers returning for more. Health concerns and personal challenges. Bruce Willis has overcome some quite difficult obstacles both emotionally and professionally in recent years. Early in 2022, the public first learned of his health issues, when Bruce's family broke the terrible news of his aphasia diagnosis, a disorder that compromises communication capacity. This diagnosis was devastating not only for Bruce, but also for his many fans worldwide, since for an actor whose career has been based on delivering unforgettable lines and emulating complicated characters. Though it's not a well-known disorder, aphasia can seriously affect someone's quality of living. It influences the language centers in the brain, so affecting speech, writing, and occasionally even word understanding. The symptoms can worsen with time, affecting daily living and thereby restricting a person's independence. Bruce, who excelled in a career anchored on dialogue-heavy roles, found this diagnosis especially difficult. His family explained how it hampered his capacity to keep working, and the fans who had grown up seeing him felt the effect of the announcement as well. Bruce Willis, the sharp-witted, fast-talking action hero, suddenly seemed to be withdrawing from performance. He has not traveled alone through his health challenges. Every step of the way, his family, especially his wife Emma Hemming Willis, his ex-wife Demi Moore, and his 5 daughters, have been by his side. When they revealed his condition, they issued a moving joint statement highlighting the depth of their family link and their will to help him through this new phase of his life. Emma has been candid about how the family has been adjusting to Bruce's changing requirements, expressing thanks for public support and providing peeks into their life as they do so. Demi and the whole Willis clan have gathered in ways that really show Bruce their love and respect. For everyone, health problems like these provide major difficulties, but for someone in public view, they become much more pronounced. Bruce had always been so driven about his career, hence the diagnosis caused him to make the difficult decision to retire from acting, a decision that must have been devastating. Bruce's family said he had to stand aside and concentrate on his health, even though it meant bidding farewell to a job that had for so many years offered him happiness and contentment. Bruce changed from the wisecracking investigator on Moonlighting to the relentless John McClane in Die Hard over the years, and onto more deep, serious parts in movies like The Sixth Sense and Unbreakable. Seeing him distance felt like the end of an era, and supporters all around sent their understanding and support in great numbers. His last several efforts reveal how his condition affected his career path. Bruce chose roles that suited his restrictions as his illness developed, usually with less screen time or simpler dialogue. It was his means of staying in touch to his love of performing, even as he confronted growing obstacles. His group of friends, directors, and cast members helped him by designing parts that let him keep on working free from the demands of front stage. In the end, though, Bruce's family and close friends understood it was time for him to concentrate on his well-being, what really counted. Though the rumors of Bruce Willis's retirement had been whirling for some time, it was nevertheless shocking when the official word leaked. Bruce had been diagnosed with aphasia, a disorder impairing his communication capacity, so his family gave the news in March 2022 in a sincere statement, not only confirming his retirement, but also exposing the cause of it. Fans were particularly affected by the news, since Bruce was among those rare performers whose career spans decades with innumerable famous parts. Along with the hard reality his family was living, their message expressed great thanks for the global flood of love and encouragement from supporters. Bruce's family's frank and honest comments reflected how challenging it had been for him to distance himself from a vocation he loved so profoundly. As Bruce navigated his health issues, his wife Emma, along with ex-wife Demi Moore and his daughters, stressed the need of family togetherness. As Bruce's health took front stage, they asked for understanding and privacy and thanked his supporters for their continuous support. The words his family spoke revealed a close-knit relationship and the extent they were ready to go to guarantee Bruce could retire with the dignity and respect he was due. Reactions from all facets of the entertainment business flowed in following the revelation. Bruce's corpus of work was praised by co-stars, directors, and supporters all around, as well as their grief at watching him fade from the forefront. Reginald VelJohnson, co-star of Die Hard and Sergeant Al Powell, said he loved Bruce's genuineness on film and his off-camera compassion. Directors such as M. Night Shyamalan, who collaborated with Bruce on The Sixth Sense and Unbreakable, considered how Bruce's commitment and talent had improved their works and given complicated characters life and nuance. Though it was sad to see one of Hollywood's fiercest heroes retire, Bruce's supporters never wavered. People posted their best Bruce Willis movie moments on social media, and tributes and supportive notes started to flow in. Legacy and influence in Hollywood. Especially in the film's storyline, Bruce Willis's career has permanently changed Hollywood. With his performance as John McClane in Die Hard, he redefined what it is to be an action hero by bringing in a raw, realistic appeal that audiences like. Bruce gave his roles a tenderness not seen in larger-than-life action heroes of the 1980s. McClane was bruised, bloodied, and out-of-breath cop who never left the fight. This everyman appeal would be a signature of his career, the separator between him and a new generation of action heroes who would be tough but also quite human. Beyond Die Hard, his diversified performances in films such as Pulp Fiction, The Sixth Sense, and Unbreakable showed that he took on a grimmer side in Pulp Fiction as Butch Coolidge, a boxer with moral dilemmas. Showcasing the ability to express deep emotions, The Sixth Sense allowed him to explore a more subdued and intensive character in Dr. Malcolm Crowe. Playing the role of a reluctant superhero in a world where superpowers were not glamorous, Unbreakable solidified his status as a multifarious performer. These roles really showcased the layers that he brought to the characters and as such, proved he was much more than just an action hero. Undeniably, Bruce influenced younger directors and actors. His work let a generation see vulnerability and strength exist, and his collaborative nature had a lasting impact. Bruce's wit, approachability, and determination have inspired actors like Ryan Reynolds and Chris Pratt quite a bit. Directors continue to pick up lessons learned from how he handles movies in multiple genres. Bruce was that guy-next-door action hero. Somebody viewers could envision themselves becoming, even in unusual circumstances, because he was charismatic and relatable. Even upon retirement, Bruce had left a great legacy. Bruce Willis's films are significant, both to the fans and the directors, because he pioneered the reimagining of the action genre in Hollywood. Long after he was no longer on screen, the effect would be very alive while others drew motivation from his stellar performances and extreme dedication to their craft. Bruce Willis may have retreated, but he is an icon because, through it all, he was leaving behind a legacy to the next generations in Hollywood. In the years approaching his retirement, Bruce subliminally veered off into new directions in his film career by taking lesser roles and special cameos that underlined another aspect of his screen presence. While he did pop up in some iconic action parts, the scope and tempo of the projects he helmed clearly shifted. Low-budget action films like Hard Kill and Breach to sci-fi thrillers like Cosmic Sin were some of the last works of Bruce that let him show his understated, laid-back approach. More often than not, he plays mentor-like roles, exuding his signature appeal while passing the action baton to younger, sprier co-stars. A number of directors and co-stars who worked with Bruce during this period remember his professionalism and passion even while starting to limit his participation. His professionalism regarding his craft was respected by those around him, and he brought an air of classic, effortless cool into each role. One director said that his calm intensity made him a joy to work with, as well as a role model for the younger actors. Changes that fans had been noticing in Bruce's on-screen persona had them wondering if he was retiring from acting altogether. The announcement of this change legitimized the difference and gave poignancy and finality to his last performances. Bruce Willis identifies himself most with movies, but his passions go well beyond the screen. Music has always been a lifetime passion. Fans will remember that he even released The Return of Bruno, a blues album in the 1980s, and Bruce loved to perform live, often joining other musicians for jam sessions. He was quite good on the harmonica. Another arena which Bruce was great at was business. He is part owner, together with some other celebrities, in the very popular Planet Hollywood restaurant chain of eateries. Bruce especially liked the aspect of being involved in something different from the movies, and this tour really gave the people an eyeful of the world of entertainment. Bruce was also great in supporting his favorite causes, which are those charities that aided veterans groups. His personal side comes through in his interests, including adventure sports and classic automobile aficionation. Bruce has focused on those interests and, above all, his family since leaving Hollywood. As he ushers in this new stage of life, his wife Emma and his 5 daughters have taken center stage, and he has expressed gratitude for the chance to be here and in close proximity to them. And there you have it, Bruce Willis, an icon, taking a step back and leaving a legacy that won't fade. If this look back at his journey resonated with you, make sure to hit like and subscribe for more insights into Hollywood's legends. And don't miss the next video that just popped up. You're in for another amazing story.